Well, hello all. Happy Homebrew Wednesday. Been a while, maybe 3 weeks since I've given you an update. Haven't been doing any brewing recently. Haven't seen anything as well. Haven't put anything up, but been doing some fermentation. I've kegged up my it was supposed to be some sort of European stout or something like that, but that's out the back. But I'll talk about it in a second. Let me start off with a beer. This is my wet hop IPA, the Challenger one I did a few weeks ago. It's not clearing much, but there's so many hops in it. That's what you would expect. Cheers. Good. Stats wise, I think it's got a hell of a lot of challenge hops in it, but plenty bitter. I've been told it's got a bit of an appley flavour to it, which I think that's more down to me not having proper temperature control, and I left it for a few weeks to ferment out, but normally if you get an appley flavour, it just means the yeast hasn't really had time to finish off. Good though. Well, good thing though is I can't actually detect it. I'm not that good at detecting appley flavours. So it's good. I was slightly hesitant that it wouldn't come out that well because I wasn't tasting that well for a few weeks. I kept carboning up a little bit. I just gave it just that little bit extra carbonation last weekend, and it come good. I think it's amazing what that little bit of carbonation, that difference carbonation can make with the flavour and the taste and all that. But it's tasting really good now. But coming back to the stouty thing I was on about, that only fermented down to about 10:30. And it was not going any further. I tried to heat it up a bit, but it just did not move. So I've got something like a 5.5% stout, which might be a bit sweet. As I said, I just carved it up now, so I'm going to give it a taste later on maybe, and see how it comes out. Hopefully it'll be drinkable. If not, I will. I don't know what I'll do. I've got a friend who likes stout, so I'll give him a few bottles, see if he likes it. Come back to this beer here. I got a few neighbours, so I'd give them all a few bottles each, about 5 or 6 bottles each, to savour the flavour. Obviously, they've seen it growing, my hop growing out the back of the garden all summer, so I seem to be quite appreciative of it. Some way in some parts I want to actually get rid of some of the beer. At the moment I've got the Bibble Clone, I've got this IPA in the fridge, which is about 6.2% I think it is. What else have I got? Something else. Got a stout, and also I've got a keg of cider in there, which is about 5.2% cider, which I'm not drinking, but I'm going to have to start feeding other people in the house to actually get them through it. I can't look at this keg any longer. I don't drink cider, as I said. And the reason I want to get rid of it is because I'm making beer for work. It's entitled Christmas Kegs, and what I normally do, I price up the kegs to the price of and one of these party easy cake things. I got a couple spare, but I'm buying these for about £6.50 Loke from Brew UK sell them. Still quite expensive really, I think, but I'll just take it. But they paid for the I gave them 3 choices this year, or 4 choices maybe. I gave them stout, Kolsch, an APA, and a normal English bitter. So I will be making this week. I'm going to be making a Kolsch, which I've got the ingredients coming from. What's it called? The barley malt miller sending them out, and I've got Kolsch yeast, and I've got some spelt, and I'm just going to make a very basic one, maybe even out of the Bible, but I might just. It's pretty simple. You've got Pilsner malt. I think there's some Cara Munich there, and some coal. I'm using some White Labs Kolsch yeast. So that's one of the recipes I'm going to do, and I'm going to make a APA, and I'm going to just kind of go old style APA. I'm going to do the 3 C's, Cascade, Centennial, and Columbus. I've read some places, but other people saying Cascade, Centennial, and Citra, but from what I've read, the first combination was the right correction. There's some people do swap and change. I think those were the original hops which have been around for a good 20, 30 odd years, and obviously Citra and a lot of those more modern hops have only been around recently, and normally most of those all kind of copyrighted and stuff like that, so you can't actually get hold of the rhizomes and stuff like that. That's another thing. So yeah, hopefully this weekend some brew days. I'll try to film them. I'm quite looking forward to making just a kind of the old style American pale ale. I made quite a few recipes with Mosaic and Citra and stuff like that, which is great hops. But just try to see what I can make out of just a very some of the basic original hops and stuff like that. Like, see how it comes out, and perhaps get a feel for what they were like when people first started making them. I'm just going to put some Safale 05 in there, yeast. I'm going to. The Kolsch is going to be fermented down at something like 15 degrees for maybe a week and a half, 2 weeks. Hopefully it'll chew through it quite quickly. Then it's going to be going to drop down to about 5 degrees another week or so, and then kegged up and carbonated and popped into kegs. With the APA, I'm just going to keep it in the house at around 18 degrees. It's not, and my house is kept at around 19 degrees at the moment, so it might actually be out in the back room somewhere. It's slightly chillier. I think US 05 seems to like it quite cold really. It's quite happy at around, it can quite easily sit around 15, 16 centigrade, and quite happily ferment at that temperature, which is ideal. I can't think much else. On Monday, last Monday, I had my my Brewers Meetup Club. Quite a lot of beer this time round. Took this along. It would seem to go down quite well. They all seem to say my beers have got much better, but I think I did a talk on automated brewing systems, so I talked a bit about the grain farm with the Baumeister, and I talked about basically the whole systems and whether or not what people should consider before they go into or buy one of these systems, like whether they should try to do the basic things first, like maybe brew in a bag and perhaps spend as little as possible just first, so you can get into it and all that. Anyway, that was my talk. It went well. I seemed to jabber on for about maybe half an hour and do my little talk, and they seemed to appreciate it. And I think hi to any of you who are watching. They found out I had a YouTube channel, so Hi guys, ladies. What else? No, that's about it really. What can we do? Well, this is quite good. Let's just talk a bit more about flavour. It's got that definite earthy flavour that you get in a lot of English beers, well, especially with English hops. This is obviously Challenger, so you've got a very earthy flavour. But Challenger's got a bit of a citrusy edge to it there. I can actually just about detect that. It's coming through quite well. It's got medium body. It's not too, but it did ferment down quite dry. I think it went down to about 10-12. I'm quite happy about that. I think I used. Did I use it? I think I used some Safari 04. No. I used some Burton Ale yeast, which that seems to have done the job. Exactly the same Burton Ale yeast I used in the stout, which didn't do very well at all. Next time I do a stout, I think I will air it vigorously for the first 3 days. I think I aired it for the first day, but it needs a real good airing continually to really get it going. I don't think I should really bother too much about any oxygen overflate, oxygenation, like that. And I think that's about it. Else? No. Okay, well, I'll bid you all goodbye. I'll see you at the weekend. Well, after the weekend, but I will hopefully get a few good brew days of the weekend and have lots of footage to show you. Okay, well, cheers. Bye.